Nimeona watu ya National Intelligence wanakoroga na watu ya media wanalete Abel mwingine alikuwa DCI ndio wapotoshe sisi. That is not the Abel. Yule Abel tunamjua na tutamtaja. And he is a cousin to somebody very senior. Na tukitoa picha yake mtaona wanafanana. Lakini mimi nashuku, I have very serious concern ya kwamba labda hiyo watoto wanakosa kuachiliwa kwa sababu labda waliuawa. Tunasema hata kama mliwaua, simpatie wazazi yao mili yao wakazike. Yeah. If the president spoke on Friday from Homa Bay and said that abductions must come to an end, 4 days later, nothing has happened. What are the people of Kenya supposed to conclude?
Tell my people, jifunze kutoka kwa Wakikuyu. Mnadhani mchezo. We used to have opposition leader Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila Amolo Odinga went and joined government. Then we were left without opposition. The Gen Z took over the opposition of this country. They did very well. But still there's been this gap where there's no that opposition leader mwenye anaongelea about these things that happen kwa government. Now Kalonzo Musyoka came out as the opposition leader. Kalonzo Musyoka has been going to funerals. But nobody cares what he says because whatever he says is just the common thing. Normal English, blah, blah, blah. Now see Rigathi Gachagua is already taking over the opposition of this country. He started by pointing out where the floor, the building where we have been having these abductors residing. Went ahead to the name. He gave us the first name of Abel. And he has come out to correct and tell the DCI, the CID and NIS that it is not the name you are circulating around here that it's the Abel we are talking about. We are talking about another Abel who is related to the senior most person, one of the senior leaders in this country, who is leading the abduction of this country. And that is not the one. The point is not what he says actually. The kind of courage that Rigathi Gachagua is showing the serious courage that we need. The courage that we need as a country, even youths of this country, someone who can speak something that people can hear. Despite that he's still working in the mountain, Rigathi Gachagua is slowly taking over the hearts of Kenyans. And I'm telling you guys, watch this space. This guy will come with numbers as the rest of the country is wasting time trying to figure out what Ruto is going to give them. And there's nothing Ruto is going to give you guys. He went and told Western Kenya leaders, stop giving your votes to Raila Amolo Odinga now and then to go and negotiate on your behalf. And whenever he gets an opportunity, he negotiates for himself and he goes to the AU as you guys remain without roads, without water, without mumias, without anything. And then the deputy governor for Ayub Savula, I think it's Ayub Savula, for Kakamega County, came out to castigate Rigathi Gachagua and urged him to stop advising them. Yet these people need advice. You need advice. Now you see you guys, you are being controlled by Ruto, Raila. Yet you need to stand by yourselves and negotiate for yourselves. However, I watched Natembeya closely. That is the man to watch in Western Kenya. If they don't kill him, Natembeya will be able to take over the Western region. Slowly is moving county per county. County per county. The Tawe movement will be moving. Even if you start bribing those people, you cannot. Wetangula is very stingy. Musdavad is stingy. They cannot bribe those guys to vote for them. If it was bribery that was working, then William Ruto could have won the elections, could have even gotten 30% of the Western region. So therefore, it is very clear that the mountain is organizing themselves and Rigathi Gachagua is coming out as the opposition leader of this country. In the 3 years, excuse me, if Rigathi Gachagua continues the same spirit, get the mountain solidified, he's going to surpass any other leader. He's going to be among the chief contenders in 2027. Now look at this here. I'm going to do a video still on what William Ruto is waiting to use against him. But before I take you through that video, let me tell you something. People kept on castigating Rigathi Gachagua for going to the mountain now and then, making journeys there, asking them for 1 man, 1 vote, 1 shilling, telling them msiguze mlima, and then you guys called him a tribalist. How many cabinet secretaries was the mlima given? Simply to try and simply divide the mountain to avoid Rigathi Gachagua from uniting it. Because we all know that United Mountain is dangerous. It will bring in a president na hakuna kitu tutafanya. So therefore, Rigathi Gachagua knows very well that before he goes for anything, he must have his own base. And there's no other shortcut for getting your tribal support or regional support without going to the people. And Rigathi Gachagua had to put everything aside and go first solidify his base. Something to give him the power to negotiate on behalf of the Kikuyus, or maybe on behalf of Central Kenya, or on behalf of Mount Kenya. Rigathi Gachagua, that's one of the most serious mistakes that he did to William Ruto, because William Ruto does not want a united mountain, and actually has lost it now. He's terrified. He's terrified. Now, one thing that is touching me more, Rigathi Gachagua understands the terrain of the mountain. Why am I saying so? Rigathi Gachagua understands the tactics of William Ruto. One of them, he has seen that William Ruto is bringing those other leaders to come and counter him. But he has reminded the people of Kenya and Mount Kenya that the people who have been appointed are all rejectees. People who are rejected by the people of Mount Kenya at the ballot. They cannot help anymore. They cannot help. Lee Kinyanjui rejected. William Kabogo rejected. Mutahi Kagwe and Azimio, they were all rejected. Ruto Mureithi was also rejected in Laikipia. Therefore, it is very clear that we are going to have fresh leaders come in 2027, or those young leaders that already were there but are already in the seats and are supporting Rigathi Gachagua. He also knows very well that the National Intelligence Service is working day and night to ensure that they have spread propaganda across. By correcting the Gen Zs and other people and telling them, wait, the name of the Abel, of course I'm Abel, I fear that actually to present that name because probably people might think I'm the one. But I'm saying that the name that Rigathi Gachagua said that, actually, the name that was being circulated, Rigathi Gachagua said that it is not the one. The picture being circulated around is not the one. A new Abel is there. Another Abel is there that is in charge of the abductees. Of the abductors, I mean. Therefore, Rigathi Gachagua knows that the National Intelligence Service is working day and night to ensure that they have curtailed his efforts in the mountain. Now, Rigathi Gachagua, however, has to prepare a few things to ensure that William Ruto does not get him. He will definitely hit him hard. He will definitely hit him hard. I'm going to do a video on some of the things that I'm seeing are being circulated by the media, and of course the NIS try to bring down Rigathi Gachagua, and probably they might succeed or not. I'm going to do an extensive video on that. But in the meantime, let all other tribes now learn from the mountain. They're now singing one song. They're preparing themselves for 2027, while you guys are fighting against each other now and then. Now and then. Then when they win the presidency, we blame them that they want their presidency all the time. They're winning. They have had enough. Yet it's the organization that gives them the seat that they have right now. Now you see Rigathi Gachagua is emerging. Who is emerging in Kisi here? People are giving money right, left, and center, and probably going to sell the community. If you go to places like Luo Nyanza, Raila Amolo Odinga is solidly behind it. They are solidly behind Raila Amolo Odinga. William Ruto, the Kalenjins, is solidly behind him. He will ensure that the regions are divided so that he gets votes from here and there, because he's sure of Raila Amolo Odinga's backyard of Luo Nyanza and Kalenjin land. Now he's working, Rift Valley land. Now he's working closely to ensure that he has gotten at least some good percentage from across the country. The same way he did to Raila Amolo Odinga. The same way he did to Raila Amolo Odinga. Let us stop the enmity, learn from each other, and be able to structure ourselves and be part of the cause of getting William Ruto out of power. If you're not going to do so, let's prepare for Kikuyu president. You have no option, because you cannot come for presidency yet you don't have numbers. You must have solid numbers behind you and then tell us now, give me the support. But if you have fewer numbers than even any other community around and then you want to be supported for presidency, nobody wants to fail. Prepare themselves.